Hey, Katie, I just heard from my brother. Is it true? Are you two really getting married? This isn't April Fool's Day, right?
Yes, it's true. Actually, I've always had feelings for Mark. My first love is finally coming true, and we're getting married.
Always had feelings? Since when?
Since middle school, every time I came over to your house, every time we had sleepovers, I was always watching him.
I had no idea. I never knew you had feelings for my brother. Well, first of all, congratulations! I'm so happy that my favorite childhood friend and my brother are getting married.
Thanks, but I absolutely hate you, so don't act so familiar with me anymore.
What?
You really are slow, aren't you? Do I need to spell it out?
Katie, what are you talking about? We've been friends since elementary school.
Not anymore. I can be free from having a fat, ugly friend. I've been putting up with it just to get close to Mark, but honestly, I was at my limit.
When you say fat, ugly friend, are you talking about me?
Who else would I be talking about?
What?
God, you're so dense. Yes, you, the one who never noticed anything. The one who kept babbling about our friendship while I was trying to get close to your brother.
But all those times we hung out, all those secrets we shared.
And you didn't even notice I had a crush on Mark. Guess you're not just fat and ugly, but stupid too. As if I'd be friends with someone like you without getting something out of it.
But why?
Do I really need to explain? Fine, I'll make it simple enough for even you to understand.
I thought we were real friends.
Just because we're the same age and grew up as neighbors doesn't mean I'd want to be friends with someone as fat and ugly as you. I only pretended to be your friend to get close to Mark.
Even during middle school? High school? All those times we supported each other?
Being friends with you meant I could naturally get closer to Mark too, so I kept pretending to be your friend. I kept subtly showing myself to Mark, and finally my wish came true and we started dating.
So, being friends with me was all just to date my brother? Did you actually hate me this whole time?
You're finally getting it. Yes, every single moment. Every lunch we shared, every secret I pretended to keep, every time I consoled you when you were crying about being bullied. All of it was just to get closer to Mark.
Those times you defended me from bullies.
Nobody likes an ugly fat girl. I hated even walking next to you, and your whole family disgusts me.
I see. I thought you were such an important friend since childhood. You were such a precious best friend to me.
Sorry to break it to you, but I never once thought of you as an important friend.
Not even once? Not even during our school festival? Or when we went to that summer camp together? Some of my most important memories are of the times we spent together.
Those were the worst, having to share a tent with you, pretending to have fun. You were just a tool to get close to Mark. I only pretended to be your friend because I had to.
That's...
Oh, are you going to cry now, like you always do? At least try not to make that ugly crying face of yours.
I just can't believe all those memories meant nothing to you.
I'm glad you finally proved useful. Thanks to you, I'm going to marry my first love. You've served your purpose now. Don't act familiar with me anymore.
I won't forget this conversation, Katie.
Good. Maybe you're not as stupid as I thought. Now you know where we stand. You're just the ugly stepping stone I used to get to Mark.
Sarah, can you help your big brother out? I have something I can only ask you.
Yeah, I guess I can.
What do you mean? Is something wrong?
No, nothing. What is it? I'll help if I can.
You'll definitely be able to help. I want you to help me look for potential wedding venues with Katie.
Me? Shouldn't you two decide that together? I think the bride and groom should choose a place they both like.
Of course, that's the final plan, but as a guy, I want to take the lead a bit. I'd like to narrow down some options first.
Oh, I see what you mean.
A friend advised me about this. They said the worst thing to do is to completely leave the wedding planning to the bride. I want to tell her she can decide whatever she likes, but I was told that's just avoiding responsibility.
You have great friends.
Plus, I have an amazing sister. You're Katie's childhood friend, and I think you know her preferences better than I do. That's why I'd like your advice on choosing wedding venues.
I'd like to help with that, but I might not be able to. Even as longtime childhood friends, there were so many things I never noticed.
Huh?
No, never mind. I'll help with whatever I can, but remember my advice might not always be right. In the end, you should choose what you think Katie would like.
I understand that, of course. I'm just grateful for any help you can give. First, I'm wondering whether to go with a simple church wedding or something more extravagant, like a castle theme.
Maybe something simpler would be better? Katie's not really into flashy things.
Really? She's been sending me all these magazine clippings of elaborate weddings.
She has?
I was thinking about adding a horse-drawn carriage and everything.
That's actually what she dislikes the most.
Really?
At least, that's what she used to say. Maybe her tastes have changed.
You two haven't talked about the wedding much.
Not really. We haven't had much chance to talk lately.
That's weird. I thought you'd be the first person she'd want to discuss it with.
Anyway, I'll send you some venue ideas later. I remember her talking about this YouTuber couple's wedding video. She said she loved that kind of atmosphere.
That would be super helpful. As a man and as a brother, I really want this wedding to be perfect.
Mark, are you sure about this? About Katie?
What do you mean? Of course I am.
No, you're right. Forget I asked.
Sarah, is there something you're not telling me?
I'm looking forward to the wedding too. Make sure you look sharp on the big day.
Leave it to me. And Sarah, thanks for always being there for both of us.
Yeah, I'm always there. Hey, Katie, I have something I'd like to ask you. Do you have a moment?
Watch how you speak to me, ugly.
What?
I'm going to be your sister-in-law. You should show some respect and use proper manners.
I apologize. Actually, I wanted to ask about the wedding. You see, I'm the only one who hasn't received an invitation yet. I asked my parents, and they said all the other relatives got theirs. It seems strange that I'm the only one who hasn't received one.
Are you really this dense?
I just want to understand what's happening.
Well, of course it seems strange. I never sent you an invitation. How could you receive something that was never sent?
What?
Do I need to spell it out for you? Fine. You're never going to get a wedding invitation. I tore it up and threw it in the trash myself.
So you did stop it. I thought as much. Mark doesn't know about this, does he?
Obviously not. I really don't want to invite you at all, but I can't exactly tell him not to let his sister come. So I decided not to send you an invitation. Even someone as fat and stupid as you should be able to take the hint, right?
Are you saying I can't attend my own brother's wedding?
Finally, you understand. You're smarter than you look.
Do you really hate me that much?
Of course, having an ugly person there would ruin the whole wedding. So just make up some excuse and decline.
But...
What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Or are you just too shocked that someone finally told you the truth?
The truth about what?
Unlike you, I'm pretty and have lots of friends. I'm inviting all my friends to celebrate at the wedding. Everyone's so excited to hear I'm marrying my first love. But if they find out my first love sister is such an ugly fat girl, it'll ruin the whole mood.
So that's why you don't want me to come.
My wedding photos need to be perfect. I can't have you ruining them.
I could stand in the back.
Not good enough. I don't want people to think I'm related to someone fat and ugly, so don't come. Don't even leave your house on the wedding day.
Fine, but you'll regret this.
Oh, is that a threat from you?
It's not a threat, it's a promise.
Acting tough when I bet you're about to cry inside. You've always been a scared crybaby despite your size. And what makes it even funnier is how your crying face makes you even uglier.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand how much you hate me now. I'll skip the wedding like you want. But first, let's see if the wedding even happens.
What? What are you talking about? Don't say nonsense. The venue is booked, invitations are sent, and all the preparations are going smoothly. There's no way it would be canceled.
You seem very confident about that.
Of course I am. Everything's perfect. Stop trying to scare me with your empty threats.
Actually, the wedding is canceled right now. Who would marry someone who makes my precious sister skip the wedding?
Huh?
Fat and ugly? You tore up and threw away the invitation? Explain everything right now. Why would you do this to my precious sister?
Wait, my sister? Mark, why are you suddenly messaging me through Sarah's chat?
I was right here the whole time discussing future wedding plans. I was going to ask Sarah for a surprise favor.
A surprise?
I'm marrying my sister's childhood friend. I thought we could make a special video since we have lots of childhood photos and videos of the three of us together.
You were planning such a wonderful surprise for me?
Then Sarah tells me she doesn't even know the wedding date. Says she hasn't even received an invitation, so I had her ask you about it. I can't believe you turned out to be this kind of person.
Mark, please, let me explain.
Explain what? How you've been treating my sister? Calling my family fat and ugly, pretending to be friends while secretly looking down on them? You're the worst.
But she is fatter and less pretty than me, right? Even you must think so, Mark.
Shut up! There's only one fact here. Sarah is my precious beloved sister. Can't you even understand that? You know, you may be pretty, but you've got an ugly personality.
What did you say?
I'm so disappointed in you, Katie. You've been friends with Sarah since you were little. Sarah was shy, often bullied by other kids, and almost stopped going to school at one point. But you were always there for her, being her friend, and as her brother, I've always been grateful for that.
Mark?
Then I gradually became attracted to you, and we started dating. I thought you'd be the perfect life partner. I never imagined you were secretly looking down on Sarah. To think all those days of friendship were just an act, I'm shocked.
That's because I love you. You're my first love. I absolutely wanted to marry you.
So that makes it okay to deceive and hurt Sarah?
I'm sorry for using Sarah, so let's calm down. You're not going to break up with me over this, right? We've already sent out the invitations. Surely you're overthinking this.
We're breaking up and the wedding is canceled.
What?
Obviously, I don't want to marry someone who hurts my precious family.
But we've sent out the invitations and RSVPs are coming in. If we cancel now, you'll be embarrassed too.
I'm not embarrassed at all. Actually, I'd be more embarrassed to marry someone with such an ugly personality.
Mark, please. I'll invite Sarah. I'll apologize. I'll do anything.
What? You think a simple apology can fix this?
What?
But you're right. I should calm down too. Let's talk about the future another day. I'll contact you later, so please leave me alone until then.
Mark, wait, please. How could you do this to me? I've loved him since I was little, and I was finally able to marry my first love. Because of you, both the wedding and the marriage are canceled.
You're messaging me after everything that happened?
Of course I am. You ruined everything.
What? That's your own fault, isn't it? Don't blame me.
You planned this. You knew Mark could see your messages.
You did this to yourself.
No, it's not. I'm not at fault at all. It's because you are fat and ugly.
Are you seriously still going with that?
Yes, because it's true. If you weren't fat and ugly, I could have just been normal childhood friends with you. then things wouldn't have gotten messed up like this. If you were a normal woman, this wouldn't have happened.
Normal? You want to talk about normal?
What's that supposed to mean?
The most abnormal person here is talking nonsense.
What did you say?
Remember Jenny from Mark's University?
What about her?
Or Maria from his part-time job?
How do you know about them?
Pretending to be friends while mocking me behind my back, harassing and driving away any woman who got close to my brother. No matter how you look at it, you're the one who isn't normal.
Huh? Wait, how do you know about that?
The people you harassed told me.
What?
Should we talk about the dead frog in Jenny's mailbox?
That wasn't...
Or the rumors you spread about Maria?
You can't prove any of that.
You know the wedding venue you and my brother were planning to use? One of my brother's former classmates actually works there as a wedding planner.
His classmate?
Recognize the name Megan Parker?
The girl from his study group?
When my brother called to cancel the wedding, she said she was actually relieved. She was worried and told us about all the harassment you did.
No way. So Mark knows everything?
Every single thing.
He can't. He doesn't.
Relentlessly harassing any woman who got close to my brother. Posting targeted hate messages on social media, spreading false rumors. Sometimes even putting insects and frogs in their mailboxes. You did quite a lot, didn't you?
Those girls were trying to steal him from me.
Before you were even dating?
Well, I was just a little young and didn't know any better. I just couldn't bear the thought of losing Mark to anyone.
You didn't know any better? The latest incident was just 3 months ago.
I was protecting our love.
Even so, your methods were way too underhanded. The classmate recognized you both as soon as you came to the venue. Fortunately, neither you nor my brother noticed her. So she desperately kept pretending to be a stranger.
She should have kept pretending and stayed quiet until the end. Had to go and ruin everything at the last minute.
Mark was her first love too, you know. Don't call it ruining everything when she was just worried about the happiness of her first love.
Is that so?
My brother was always pretty popular, wasn't he? He'd get like 10 Valentines every year. But for some reason, he never got a girlfriend, which seems strange. But you were behind it all along, weren't you?
They weren't good enough for him.
And you were?
Wait, isn't it normal to take down your love rivals?
Normal? There you go with that word again.
Other girls would do the same.
Even if it is, there are proper ways to do it. My brother is even more disgusted with you now. He says he never wants to have anything to do with you again.
He doesn't mean that. He's just angry.
He read all the messages you sent to those girls.
What did you say?
They kept everything, every threatening message, every fake social media account you made to harass them.
That's all in the past.
So while I'm sad to lose someone I thought was a dear childhood friend, I'm relieved that my brother won't end up marrying such a dangerous woman. That said, please stay away from both me and my brother from now on.
You can't do this to me.
We already did. Goodbye, Katie.
Please help me. My parents kicked me out. I never thought things would get this serious.
Stop messaging me.
Please, I have nowhere else to turn.
What, really?
My parents just called me in. They said they're selling the house and leaving town. They told me to leave too, said they never want to see my face again.
After everything you've done, you're coming to me for help?
You're the only one who might understand.
You mean the only one who doesn't know about all your harassment yet?
This is different. This is my family.
You mean the whole family is splitting up? What made your parents suddenly decide this?
They found out everything. The wedding, the harassment, how I treated you.
And?
They said they're too ashamed to stay in this town anymore.
What?
Your mom told my mom everything.
Well, they're friends. Of course they talk.
We've been childhood friends since we were little. Our families were close too. After everything that happened with your family, they said they can't live in the same town anymore.
That's true. Since we live in the same area, we'd run into each other at the supermarket and other places. It would be awkward not just for us, but for our parents too.
Your mom showed mine all the evidence, the messages, the social media posts.
They needed to know who their daughter really is.
But that doesn't mean they have to move away. This makes it seem like it's all my fault. Like I'm the reason they're moving and the family is falling apart.
Isn't it your fault, though?
They're treating me like I committed a crime.
Well, that's exactly right. Sorry, but your parents are moving because of what you did. It's time you faced up to what you've done.
Faced up to it? Faced up to it?
Yes, actions have consequences.
What good will facing up to it do? Will everyone forgive me? Will Mark marry me? Will my parents stop cutting ties with me?
Wait, your parents are cutting all ties with you?
They said they don't want anything to do with me, and they meant forever.
Just imagining being told that by your own family makes my chest hurt.
Stop pretending to care. This is all your fault.
My fault? How?
If you had just stayed quiet and not come to the wedding like I told you to.
This isn't imagination, it's reality. What are you going to do about this? I'll reflect on my actions or whatever you want, so fix this quickly. Fix it? You want me to fix your mess?
You're the only one who can. Talk to Mark for me.
No way, that's impossible. If your parents are cutting ties with you, then I'm cutting off our friendship. We're not friends or anything anymore. I don't even know you.
What?
You can't treat people like garbage and expect them to help you.
But we grew up together.
Learning about your true feelings really hurt me. Even so, the fact that you were my important friend for many years couldn't be erased. I was willing to wait, believing that someday we could truly be good friends. But if even your parents are giving up on you, then I can give up too.
No!
You know what hurts the most? Even now, you're not sorry for what you did. You're just sorry you got caught.
That's not true. I am sorry.
Sorry for what? For using me? For hurting those other girls? For lying to my brother? So don't ever show up in front of me again. You said you didn't want to see an ugly fat girl anyway, so this works out perfectly for both of us. Take care.
Sarah, please, I'll do anything.
Goodbye, Katie. I hope you learn from this someday. I haven't had any contact with Katie since then. According to rumors, Katie quit her job and moved to a town where she doesn't know anyone. My brother occasionally gets messages from her saying things like, "I still love you so much. I believe we're connected by the red string of fate, so please remember our time together." But my brother just reads them without responding. Actually, lots of women have already started approaching my brother, and he seems to be hitting it off with someone nice. Looks like Katie's red string of fate wasn't connected to him after all.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.